our three final projects we're going to talk about in regards to Phase 4, Werewolf by Night. This thing has been in development as far as I can remember. The earliest thing I ever saw in Werewolf by Night, get ready for this one, kids, because some of you weren't even born, was in 1998 on superherohype.com.
Oh, wow.
When it was Spider-Man hype, okay? That's the first time I heard of it, and it was connected somewhat to the Blade and potential Morbius cameo that had to scrap at the end of Blade 1. So, like, Marvel in some way, shape, or form has been trying to get this off the ground for a while. In 2005, it almost happened again, but it was scrapped. We finally got it. And I'm going to be real with you. I think they could not have made a better first introduction to the concept of Werewolf by Night than they did here. They absolutely nailed it.
Because, for something that, it's what, 50 minutes long?
Yeah.
They set up a lot of stuff in this, Maybe Werewolf by Night's not the best name for it because it is really an Elsa Bloodstone special, but I ain't complaining. But yeah, the fact that we got Werewolf by Night, Man Thing, Elsa, and a ton of other stuff is just like, wow, they did that very quick, and it's insanely good.
It was almost like this quick, dirty, cheap world building. This is why this exists, and we're getting it done. And it's like, okay, you nailed it.
With everything that happened, it's really amazing that they made essentially like a short movie to introduce a lot of other concepts to a part of the MCU that hopefully we're going into moving forward. So
the whole the ending it still sticks to me. It's like, right, the old stuff's done now it blends into the new with that color change. Like you've had your old creepy horror now, or like little cheesy creepy horror now. We're going into the new generation. I just Michael Giacchino just knocked that out of the park.
Yeah, he did. And like also the amount of violence in it I thought was great as well. Like, I mean, again, I've told people I've read the Werewolf by Night comics, and like I could see specifically what they were pulling from and how they were tackling the whole horror tropes of we don't have to show it all, but we can imply and show elements of it. And they perfectly nailed it. Again, like I just thought it was a very well made project from start to finish. It could never turned out better. So
it gave me a practical Man Thing suit. I can't complain.
Yeah.
My boy finally exists, and I need more.
What do we get first? Man Thing special or the Swamp Thing that James Gunn announced?
Man Thing.
Yeah,
all right.
Man Thing.
Yep.
We're still 2 years out from another Superman movie. Like, there's no ways. Like, some things are at the end of that first chapter list. Like, I'd be amazed if I live to see that movie.
Same. As a Swamp Thing fan, it hurts me to say, but yeah. Yep. I'm going to be watching Man Thing first multiple times, so we'll see what happens. But after Werewolf by Night, we only waited like 6 to 7 weeks, and we finally got Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
I love this movie. I actually watched the other night.
It's apart from my misgivings about the end, it was a good movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, for me,
I'd say on paper, I'm right there with you, Tristan, about it. It's such a cheesy idea. It's look, the sun's there, but I think the way they go about and handle everything is I really liked and appreciated it.
Yeah, it's just because I guess this is a whole. Aside from the whole situation, this was a holdover from what the original concept of Black Panther 2 was going to be, which is T'Challa.
Yeah, because we know.
Yeah, it's just T'Challa. Yeah, it's just T'Challa coming back from being snapped, and he has a son, and it's him trying to figure out what his purpose in this new world is, because essentially the world went on without him, and essentially Wakanda technically doesn't need him right there and then, but he does have a son. So yeah.
Well, also on the other side of the coin, we were going to get Shuri as Black Panther anyway. Apparently, this was always going to have 2 Black Panthers. It was always going to be the plan. So
I mean,
it's interesting how they kept like the core of the movie and reworked everything around.
That's like the thing that strikes me is that if you hear what they said, and they even released like old things from when they were developing Black Panther 1, the core of Black Panther 2 was always Namor is the villain, 2 Black Panthers. We were going to introduce his son at the end anyway. So effectively what they did was rewrite the entire thing to remove T'Challa and give Shuri an amped up role, but everything else stayed the same in a weird way, which, again, the fact that this film works the way it does after such a tragedy, and the fact that they didn't have to change too much of the core ideas and the push for what they were going for, is honestly a testament to Ryan Coogler being such a talented like director. And
yeah, because at the core of both, at least from what we know of the original one, it's all about legacy, and they just slightly just twist what it was meant to be, or how they were going to deal with legacy to how they did deal with legacy. And that's why I like the kid at the end, right? Because let's be honest, he's going to grow up, be an adult T'Challa in 5 years time in the MCU situation. So, and they're not going to play him off as a different character. It's going to be, this is just exactly what T'Challa would have been at this point anyway.
Right.
And they're going to handle it that way. It's like, no, this Wakanda Forever is saying goodbye to Boseman. We're not saying goodbye to T'Challa. They're recasting it, but they're giving you an in-story reason, right? So it's they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. We'll see how
they're essentially they're trying to have I guess tasteful way of doing it, but it in all the sense of the word, it's sometimes it's a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
I'd say with the situation they had, it was never not going to be. You're always going to have a bit like, you're never going to see T'Challa Jr. for a lack of a better name without going. No, well, that's not T'Challa, that's his son.
I guess that's why they chose that he wasn't going to be T'Challa Jr. He was just going to be T'Challa.
Yeah.
Hey TJ, like, that's not a good Black Panther name.
So, okay, Wakanda Forever, like, great. Also introducing Namor after.
He's fantastic. I love how he does.
Yeah, Namor's great.
I said the one thing I didn't like about this movie is the slow-mo in the final scenes. He just overdone it, and I can't understand why it's all there. Because it's not there throughout the entire movie, and suddenly in the final fights, it's slow-mo everywhere.
Well, Mitchy Mouse, if you knew who the blueprint for comic book movies was, you'd understand that this is harkening back to
I don't
Snyder.
remember any slow-mo in Cameron movies.
That's true.
The fight itself was, it was too much, unfinished CGI. It was kind of wonky. The one part I did like is where, Shuri basically baked Namor on the beach.
Wow, guy.
Well, also hoping that she might die as well, but as long as she takes him out, it's okay.
And I do want to bring this up because a lot of people felt the same way I did. Going into this, I was like, I want to see what they do with Riri Williams. After this, I am so hyped for more Riri in the MCU. This movie was the sell point for me.
No, I like Riri. It's just that in the movie itself, you could take her out of it or replace her with someone else. And it's like
she's definitely she was a plot device. She got the ball rolling on everything. I just hope they change. Obviously, they're going to change the suit, right? Because Shuri keeps that, but that suit was not good. It looked
that's like because I think in concept art they showed what it actually looks like without the extra boosters and stuff, which is actually a little bit better. It's a little more appealing, but for some reason,
does she still have like the shins of like 12 horses in that?
It's just like at this point, it's essentially just a Wakandan version of the armor that she's eventually going to build herself.
Yeah,
it's like I guess, but you didn't need to have those extra boosters and wing compartments to it because it kind of ruins it.
I say it felt really old janky while trying to be like high tech. It's like you don't need those. Like you built this suit, you don't need these big massive boosters on it. But that's just nitpicky. That's whatever. What I found interesting is they've come out and said that the reason why Dominic Thorne got the role of Riri Williams because she was going to be Shuri.
Yeah.
She actually went the Shuri role, and they're like, we're going to go to Tisha Wright, and then it's like, hey, we're doing this character now. Like, come on.
I mean, pretty good way because they knew they had somebody who was still interested. So like, here you go. her energy, all her scenes, yeah, I just can't wait for more. So Wakanda Forever, obviously we're going to get more Black Panther, can't wait. But the year and Phase 4 did not end with that because it ended with the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Yes.
These specials.
Yeah.
these specials are knocking it out of the park. I adored this.
So good. I don't
say if it was Christmas, like if it wasn't because it was a Christmas thing, I'd be watching this like right now. But it's not Christmas, so I feel dirty watching Christmas stuff.
Yeah, I have that weird feeling too, where I'm like, if it's not Christmas and I'm watching, I'm like, nah, no. Like, there's something
as a whole. It was fantastic.
Yeah, this thing to me just honestly won. Like, it was great. It was something that I wanted that I didn't know I kind of needed. I was like, I want more of Nebula, I want more of Drax, but I don't know if I need it. And this was like, well, it's not a movie, but here you go. It's a mini thing, and it just further makes you love these characters who you know little about. You're like, I didn't need this.
I just like the idea. Gunn went, well, I didn't really use Drax and Mantis in Volume 2, so I'm going to make an entire thing for these two.
Yeah.
And bam, there you go. But at the same time, let me get all my Volume 2 out of my system, and so Volume 3 is safe from my shenanigans.
Right.
Because
good.
If I have a repeat of it, if Volume 3 turns around, it's like, psych, on Volume 2 again, I'm going to absolutely cry. I'm going to be a broken husk of a person.
It's going to be just like the device that was sitting behind Dairy Queen or whatever. They're like, actually, Counter Earth has always been on the other side of the sun. You just never saw it. It's like, really?
Really? That is totally fine, because that's what it is in the comics. That's how it should be.
It needs like a cloaking device. He cloaked it, okay?
Yeah, after all this time, they just didn't want to think about looking on the other side of the sun.
Yeah. Give me some mumbo jumbo that because it's the exact opposite side, it's in sequence to our Earth on the opposite side of the sun, it means that radio signals or whatever bounce off it and it doesn't see. Give me some absolute horse crap.
Yeah,
and
garbage.
I will be there 100%. No, make it as dumb as you possibly can make it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess that sums up that we love the holiday special. So that's kind of a look back on so far everything that happened in Phase 4. It was a phase of ups, downs, confusion for a lot of people. A lot of disdain for it.
Needing to.
Yeah. Oh, people are dumb. My God.
Even the fact that people even now like, oh, there was no direction for Phase 4. It's like, what?
Yeah,
but they told you the direction for it.
Yeah, this is a weird thing. That people don't want to start from square one again. They just want more escalation.
I want people,
but we got escalation. Loki was like the second thing to come out.
And the thing here is, like, we just discussed in the second part of Phase 4 discussion, we discussed 9 projects, which all came out in the same calendar year.
Yeah,
bro, like, we had so much content that some people are taking it for granted now. It's like, nah, man, we've hit peak comic book time. Like, this is the golden age of comic book content right now. So
yeah, I didn't have a major issue with the amount of stuff we got. I know some people did, but it's like they were catching up from 2 years, so I got it from that angle. Thank God there's a 10-month break between like the Marvels and Captain America 4. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to that bit. Yes, we've got 3 shows coming in that time, but that's only 3 shows. That's totally manageable. But I'm looking forward to a slight break.
Mm-hmm.